Nah. Hey Astropuffs, welcome back to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local light worker, and it gives me great pleasure today to bring you another pick a card reading. This is going to be about your spiritual path in this lifetime. I'm going to try to uncover with the help of tarot and oracle cards what are the main themes of your spiritual development in this lifetime. Okay guys, so you have a choice here today between 6 candles. We have for group 1 this yellow candle. For group 2 we have this red candle. For group 3 we have this silver star candle. It's a bit used, but I just really liked how it looks like some crumpled paper. For group 4, we have this orange candle. For group 5, we have this purple candle. And last but never least, for group 6, we have this tea light, okay? The very normal traditional tea light. Take some time right now to see which of the piles pulls you in the most. If you feel called towards 2 piles or more, then it could be that you are bringing in some lessons from a previous lifetime into this current lifetime. Maybe you're a very old soul. If you feel just drawn towards 1 pile, that could be a high indication or likelihood that you are in your very first incarnation. You're a very young soul and you have yet to begin on your spiritual development path. This applies to you whether you are at the beginning of your spiritual path, in the middle, or kind of more progressed, okay? I'll try to see what the energies are and what the cards are telling me about the moment in your spiritual development where you find yourself, but I will be predominantly focused on the themes of your spiritual path and the energy and the kind of characters that you might encounter along the way. Okay, so if you've made your choice, then I really look forward to seeing you at your pile. Bye! Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. This is for those of you that were drawn to the yellow candle. If you were drawn to this little baby, then you are at the right spot. Before I get into your tarot cards to try to understand what are the characteristics of your spiritual path in this lifetime, I do want to say 2 announcements. So first of all, we have reached 13K subscribers. This is such an achievement. I never thought this was possible, especially since I've been having a couple of ups and downs this summer with my energy levels and with all sorts of things happening in my personal life. I am so grateful. I love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sending you so much light, okay? Thank you so much. This means a lot to me. And in order to give something back to you as well, comment down below in the section of this video. And whoever, Mercury retro, if I feel very drawn to the comment of a particular person, then I will offer that person a free reading, okay? So I just want to give something back because I just felt like, you know, there should be an exchange here of positive energy between us. The other announcement I want to make is that you can book readings with me on Vizio or Wizio, however you want to call it, at a reduced price in this period. So up until Halloween, use the code HALLOWS13 to get 13% off a reading with me. Okay, so all this good news put to the side, I want to dive deep into your cards. We'll see what they have to say. So let me show you the cards that I shuffled for you. So we have here the 5 of Fire, and we have the card of Perception, number 21. Then we have the Chariot, the Knight of Cups, and I also pulled 2 oracle cards for you. So let's see. Kuan Yin, Compassion. This is your goddess. And your angel or emanation protector is the Matriarch, Mother of the Homestead. Oof. The keywords are rejection, opportunities, and consequences. So, your spiritual path in this lifetime. I feel like you are being asked by Spirit to stand in your power. Maybe you might have heard this a lot of times. I have the feeling some of you could be a little bit irritated at, when you hear that indication, because it feels almost as if, oh God, Lexi, I've heard this standing in my power so many times, I don't know what to do. But I do want to say that wow, the energy is so strange. It's kind of like, I don't know what's happening, but I feel like a lot of you guys are a little bit depressed, or you've been feeling very, very sad, because I feel like I'm almost on the brink of saying, you know what, I can't do this reading, I'm gonna go and buy. This is such a strange energy. I feel like a lot of you with these two cards that are standing in their power, do you see how straight they are? It's like, I'm not going to move. This is the position that you need to adopt in this lifetime. You need to find something that you really, really like, that makes your heart sing, and commit to it. And do not back down. Do not move away. I feel this is what Spirit wants me to tell you, because it's almost as if, God, and I could feel it. So it's almost as if I was this close to just, pressing stop on the recording, but I'm not going to do this, because this is what you need to do as well, my loves. Do not give up, okay? Those of you who have chosen this group, maybe you might find it even hard to comment because you don't want other people to know that you've been struggling, that you've been kind of battling with low energy, with depression, but push through it. Get up every day, get dressed, get a shower, get, great food into your body, get out of the house. Obviously take precautions, watch your health in this period, just like the majority of people in the world are doing at the moment, but do not give up. 5 of Fire, conflict. You had to go through a lot of conflict in your life. I feel like some of you actually had to deal with a lot of narcissistic people that said one thing and did another thing. People that would backtrack on what they have promised to you, people that have disappointed you and have really made you doubt yourself, not trust yourself, but you are a winner. This is why things have been happening to you, because you can overcome them. You have this power within yourself. It's just, do not allow negative entities, toxic people, chaos vampires, do not allow those people to just kind of block you within yourself. That's kind of energy that I'm feeling, it's an 8 of Swords kind of energy, and I'm surprised that this didn't come out. But look, you can push yourself through the gate. Your spiritual path in this lifetime is to persevere. This is the key word. You have to persevere. You have to push forward. You have to tell people no. You have to draw appropriate boundaries around you. And whenever you feel tired, or like you've done everything you could, but the energy is just not pushing forward, then take some time to retreat, okay? Take some time to regroup. I feel that you guys need to always come back to the base, the core of who you are, your core values. And it was 444 when I said this. So come back to who it is you really are. You are this beautiful light, this beautiful being. You're super powerful. That's why you keep attracting all these people, all these weird kind of conflicts. And I'm also getting like weird opportunities. I was so close to saying that, but I kind of blocked myself. So I'm just going to say it anyway. You might actually attract opportunities and you think, wow, this is so cool. But then you find out that a person betrayed you, or, the opportunity comes with a lot of backlash, or with something that you have to give back and you're not comfortable saying yes to that. So follow that intuition, okay? I am blasting you with light because I feel that a lot of you need that. You need to exercise compassion towards yourself. Slow and steady wins the race. Persevere. And if you can't, then just retreat, regroup, rest, and then come back at it again with renewed force and energy. It's a very Capricorn kind of energy that I'm getting here. So I do feel like you guys, you need to exercise your intuition and your very keen perceptive ability. So what do I mean by that? I mean, you notice things, you notice details, you notice incongruences between what people say and what they actually do. These red flags that keep flaring up around you, do not ignore them. I feel that you will save yourself a lot of conflict and a lot of trouble in this lifetime, and you'll be able to create more peace if you do not ignore the red flags that you so keenly pick up on in your environment. Do not give up, my dears. Do not give up. You have it within you to become this really powerful force. You can move forward with great speed and tenacity, but also you can be compassionate. You can help things grow. You can help people understand themselves. But I think that you have to do it through moments where bringing up another person's defects or issues might create a conflicting situation for you, but you have to stand your ground. And even if you notice something bizarre about a person and you tell them that, so for example, a friend of yours keeps complaining all the time, and you tell them, you know, at one point you just have enough and you're like, you know what, I do feel like you're complaining too much, and you know, I don't want to take on your negative energy, so could you please stop? And maybe your friend might react in a very weird way. Maybe your friend might project some issues on you. Maybe they might try to be on the defensive. It's really important for you to not back down. Do not apologize for your intuition. Just be very mindful that when you say things and when you pinpoint what you see and what you perceive as the truth about another person, do it with compassion. So do it with a little bit of sensitivity. You know, I feel that conflicts can be a little bit attenuated in your life if you just put more compassion in your words. So definitely keep pinpointing the things that you notice about people in your environment. This is your spiritual karma in this lifetime. But at the same time, I feel like a spiritual dharma is to bring compassion into this. Kuan Yin is the deity that is going to help you speak with sweetness, but also speak the truth. Yeah? Or the truth as you see it, because as you know, the truth can be quite relative. Each one of us in a subjective, plural universe has a lot of their own perception of truth. So keep that in mind as well, that it's very rare that there is such a thing as a universal truth. Most of the time, especially in terms of our emotions, things are felt very subjectively. So keep that in mind, that you can have a version of the truth and another person can have a version of the truth, and you can agree to disagree on things and just leave it like that. You don't have to pick at a wound. You don't have to pick at a scab and make it bleed again. Just be comfortable with, this is my truth, that is your truth, let's leave it at that, and we'll come back again at a different point in time when maybe we've learned some different things. Does that make sense? So I feel like this could apply in your life with partners as well. I feel that some of you struggle with partners. This is the Knight of Cups. Or you feel that you might be struggling with partners in the future due to past conflicting experiences with family members or with your friends. No. And even if you do, even if you have this conflict that appears in your life, and oh my God, the light was exactly pulled from the room when I said that. Even if you have these experiences, do not despair. You have the strength and the power to overcome them. And not only that, but you are a little bit like a small transformer. Yeah, like the machines, the transformers, but even better because you transform energy. So I feel that with the matriarch here, you could have had some issues with your mother when you were growing up, and maybe this is why it's kind of like some of you are accustomed with conflict and you need to, or a part of you feels like you want to let go of conflict. You don't want to get into conflict anymore. Some of you could be having some issues about becoming a mother, but I feel like becoming a mother and mothering other people with compassion while at the same time drawing the sword of truth and drawing appropriate boundaries around you is the path forward in your spiritual development. So it's kind of a Pisces Libra energy I'm getting here, right? So you have your kindness and justice, and sometimes kindness and justice, they don't really blend so well, but you can find a way to blend the two, to be just and fair, but at the same time be kind and merciful. And I feel that you need to let go of whatever hiccups you might have in relation to your mother. Some of you could have felt rejected, right? Some of you could have felt abandoned, not well taken care of, poorly taken care of by your parent or your maternal figure. But that doesn't mean that you need to replicate that poor mothering. I feel a lot of you have learned through that negative experience of your mother and how your mother kind of like shouldn't have mothered you, you've learned how to be a good mother. You just need to put it into practice, and putting mothering into practice is going to be part of your spiritual development. If you're a man and you chose this pile, then this speaks about your caring masculine side. Do not be afraid of your caring masculinity. Allow that to come out. Allow that nurturing paternal side to come out, okay? Don't repress it. You can be both just and compassionate, Libra and Pisces. That's the kind of energy I'm getting here. So conflicts are meant to happen in the path of your spiritual development. Do not be afraid of them. You have the power to proceed victoriously through them. It's just that you need to temper your speech a little bit. So how you speak to people can avoid some conflicts from escalating. So use loving, kind words as you tell other people that they need to stop projecting things on you. They need to stop complaining a lot over you. They need to stop pulling your energy and making you feel bad, or they need to stop demanding things that, you know, no person can achieve from you. Like, I feel a lot of you have been held to very high expectations, and sometimes you put yourself down and you're thinking, what's the point? I shouldn't do it anyway. But it's because people in your environment have been placing such high expectations that no one, not even Gandhi, can reach those expectations in their worldview. All you need to do is detach yourself from those expectations and live by your own values and by your own codes, okay? So it's really, really important to work at understanding what are your values in lifetime. For some of you, these values are going to be taking care of a vulnerable person in a better way than your parent was able to do so. For some of you, it's going to be negotiating through conflicts and not allowing things to escalate. For others of you, it's going to be dealing very quickly with conflicts so that you don't have to spend a lot of time and energy arguing with others. And for some of you, it's going to be taking a risk and falling in love, because we have here the Knight of Cups, and as you can see, he's prepared to walk through a doorway. So I feel a lot of you have been holding yourself back from love because you're like, love, oh no, love for me only meant pain. But it doesn't have to be like that. The people in your life that have brought you some pain and conflict were meant to happen. They were meant to set you off on the spiritual developmental path. And as you're walking through it, now you can take that negative energy other people are throwing at you, and you can shape it into something positive, something life-affirming, something truthful but kind at the same time. And I'm getting the image of a lotus opening up. That's why I feel the need to do my hands like that. So that's what I had for you, my joyous yellow candle choosers. But I do feel like yellow is also brightness, optimism, the color of the solar plexus chakra, right? Manipura. So maybe do some research on that chakra, maybe do some meditation around that chakra to unblock it, to open up your confidence and your capacity to express yourself freely in the world around you, because you are super powerful. Okay, I'm just here to reconfirm that about you. So that's what I had for you, group one. I send you on your way with so much light and love. And yeah, thank you for listening, and I hope to see you in my next one. Hey, group two, this is for those of you that were drawn to the red candle. Hello, it's so nice to have you guys here. So before I dive into your pre-shuffled tarot and oracle cards, I just want to make two announcements. First of all, we made it to 13K subscribers. And I'm so happy, I'm so grateful. I'm blasting you with love and light. Thank you so much, fam. We are growing, and this is especially special to me. Especially special, Mercury retro, whoop. But I do want to say thank you so much. I am beyond grateful to you guys for your support, because I've been having a lot of ups and downs this year, especially in terms of my energy. And I've been really trying to work hard at amping up my energy so I can be in service to you guys and send you a lot of love, optimism, and everything that you need to keep going through this highly difficult year. So it means a lot to me that during these ups and downs, you guys stood by my side, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I literally don't have words to express how I feel inside, but I'm very, very happy. Thank you so much. The second announcement I want to make is that Visio, or Wizio, however you want to call it, I really like to call it Visio because I come from Eastern Europe. is actually giving you guys a coupon code. Use the code HOLLOWS13 until the 31st of October, so until Halloween, to get a discounted reading with me, okay? So I still am able to offer those in this period when I've shut down the other personal readings that were a bit more lengthier and in depth, because I do need to regroup my energy. But I can provide you in the meantime with some really short personalized video clips if you guys need a quick tarot reading, okay? So without further ado, let's go to the interesting part, which is, let's see what cards you got. I'm really excited. So let's find out. King of Water. This card always reminds me of Neptune. Oh, wow. Hesed, right hand. The right hand of the tree of life. Empathy. Empathy. I cannot speak to you guys. I'm too excited. And then we have the Eight of Swords. Interesting. You might want to watch Group 1 because I felt the Eight of Swords energy with Group 1. The King of Cups again. Wow. What the? And then we have the Ten of Wands. Oh, beautiful. And then we have Goddess Ishel, reinvention. You've been hard at work. I kind of got a little bit of a pressure here in the center. I feel that some of you, so this is very close to Ajna, the third eye chakra. I feel that some of you, okay, I'm getting three different things. Some of you have been working very hard at using your frontal lobe. The frontal lobe usually controls our impulses. So a lot of you have been struggling to control your impulses, but you managed to do it. Well done. Congratulations. I'm really happy for you. Maybe you started a diet. Maybe you wanted to begin a healthier life regime and you gave up some toxic things, maybe over drinking, maybe overeating. Maybe you weren't on such a good sleeping schedule. And lately you've been really pushing yourself. You've been using the control function of your brain to try to change things from the inside out. So congratulations, keep at it, okay? I feel that you're in a period of transition. For others of you, the second message that I got is that you guys have been like really heavily into your spiritual work, and it's gotten to a point where you managed to push the energy from Vishuddha, right? So from the throat chakra to Ajna to the third eye chakra. Congratulations, because that is a really difficult thing to do. So I do feel that those of you who chose Group 2 are in a slightly more developed spiritual point of their life path than Group 1. But that doesn't make you better or worse than Group 1. I'm just saying that you guys are further along on this path and you're much more aware of the difficulties, but also the beautiful things that happen to you on the path of your spiritual development. So again, congratulations. I'm really, really happy to kind of affirm the fact that you've been doing such a great job, and this is going to show in the fact that your third eye is going to become increasingly more sensitive. So you're going to start picking up on different wavelengths, on different energetic frequencies. You might even do some astral traveling in your sleep. You might wake up feeling a little bit more tired. Well, this is why, guys, because you've been traveling in your sleep, maybe across time, maybe across dimensions. We all travel in very personal ways. It's material for another reading for me to do that at a certain point in time. But what I do want to say is that you guys have been doing some really, really good work. So overall, I'm getting kind of like an Eight of Pentacles energy with you guys. And others of you, so this is the third thing that kind of came to me, is that you've been kind of overthinking everything. That's why it was a little bit of a headachy situation. You've been too much in your mind, too much communicating, and like maybe, you know, I'm doing this image almost as if I'm trying to chat on my phone. So you've been chatting a lot, you've been exchanging information, maybe you've been keeping an eye out for news, trying to keep informed, but you've been driving yourself to a point where you're a little bit sick of everyone and everything. And I am getting a little bit the woozy feeling that I got with Group 1. But in your case, it's more about kind of like a feeling of nausea, of I'm so sick of everything, rather than, oof, I don't want to do it anymore, like Group 1 got. So there are some interconnections there between Group 1's energy and your energy. But I do want to say that it's really important for you to start balancing out whatever it is that you've been thinking. The only way to get out of the Eight of Swords energy is, do you see how he's holding two swords here? One is upright and the other one is upside down. Understand that everything that happens in life has both a good side and a bad side. For example, you have a baby. Wow, amazing. What an achievement, right? You managed to procreate. Fantastic. The positive. The negative, a lifetime of worry and responsibility. You're going to have to feed that baby. You're going to have to take that baby into nursery. You're going to have to put that baby through school. That baby might get sick. You're going to have to take care of that child's illnesses. So, amazing achievement, responsibility, and worry, okay? Keep in mind, everything that happens in life has both a negative and a positive side. People have both qualities and defects, okay? Everything is in a constant state of perfecting itself. We are never a done thing. We are never completed. We are never perfect. But it is the process that makes us feel complete and feel perfect, okay? That is a really, really important thing for you to keep in mind. So please, please, please follow that group too. And I feel like you will manage to unclench your mind from the mental prison in which you have placed it there. Because I feel some of you went down the path of overthinking things and worrying too much because you mostly focus on the negative side of things. But keep in mind that everything, even the potential outcomes of situations in the future, those also could branch out into a positive and a negative situation, and those little negative things also have negative and positive outcomes. So, you know, another person's bad luck is another person's good luck. If you lose a wallet, that's your bad luck. If somebody else finds it, that's their good luck, right? So keep that in mind all the time. Balance things out, okay? We just had a new moon in Libra, so it's the energy of trying to weigh out your costs and benefits, right? So we have here with the King of Cups. I do feel like a lot of you, and maybe some of you need to watch my Embodying Your Divine Masculine video as well, because I feel that your spiritual path is about embodying a very subtle kind of masculine sense of self. What do I mean by that? Let me break it down. So maybe some of you, and I'm getting a very important kind of nugget at the moment, and it's coming up from my heart chakra. Some of you could have lived without a parent, without a father. Maybe your father was absent, maybe he was in prison, maybe he had to be taken away from you due to some court arrangements. Maybe your father just didn't want the responsibility of caring for someone that is vulnerable. So I feel that some of you grew up without this caring father in your life, and it is your task, it is part of your spiritual path in this lifetime to understand what does it mean to be a loving father and to embody that. So not only to see good examples in your environment and learn from them and understand, so that's what a caring father does. A caring father protects its children, right? A caring father actually talks to them and holds them and cuddles them. A caring father is not afraid to sit down and talk to children about vulnerability, right? So it's not just about understanding that component, but it's about also taking it into yourself and becoming that. So I feel a lot of you, so this applies if you're women. I'm speaking primarily to a collective of women, but I feel that this is really important, that you nurture yourself, you give to yourself the fathering that you always wanted to have. And this means taking on leadership positions in your life where you can be quite caring towards other people. So many times you might be placed in situations in your lifetime where people come up and say, well, we've got this promotion, who's going to take this job, you know? You need to say, I will. And when you become a boss, your job is not to boss people around and order them and be a stoic, traditional male figure, but it is to be a caring one. So to treat your employees almost as if you're a very caring, sensitive father. Does that make sense? I feel a lot of you have very well developed feminine sides. We do have here with the shell and with Hesed, you are quite empathetic. but you need to become a little bit more decisive, a little bit more into your leadership role. This is why we have King of Cups twice. So have that decisiveness, this determination, this courage that we tend to associate with masculinity, but at the same time, be empathetic. Listen to other people, be kind, be patient, okay? Do not show off your emotions very quickly, but allow other people to come to you with their problems. And then as you patiently guide them through the process, you can empathize with them. You can, say, I think this must be very hard for you. Yes, I understand how you feel, but this is how we're going to change the situation. And this is how we're going to flip the script. These are the solutions that I can present you with. Because masculinity is about doing things, reaching outcomes, providing solutions, okay? In its highest form, this is what masculinity is about. There are many forms of toxic masculinity out there. We're not dealing with that at the moment. I'm sure that a lot of you, if you grew up without a father, you had a very toxic kind of image of masculinity, but you're meant to heal that. You're meant to give up the struggle with the 10 of Wands here. Give up the struggle, give the burden to God and to whoever else wants to take it and purge it from you. And you are meant to rise into your own confidence, even in the absence of having a father or a father figure that tells you that you're beautiful, that you're intelligent, that you can do this, baby. You have to tell yourself these things and embody this role of the leader. This is the difficulty of your spiritual life path, forgiving the initial father figure that left you, abandoned you, ignored you, in some cases maybe even abused you. I'm really, really sorry if this has happened, but it's really, really important to keep in mind that, I said really, really twice. It's really important to keep in mind that you can do this. You can do it with compassion and with love, okay? So there is, again, this beautiful theme of compassion coming through the readings today. You just need to let go of, I feel a lot of you have a burden on your heart chakra. It's kind of like, it makes you feel like you cower sometimes. It's like, I don't want to lead. I don't want to have the responsibility of being, a leader of my family. Because you can be a leader at work, so you can get a managerial position at work. Or you can start your own business, so then you're your own boss. Or you can be the leader in your family, so you can be the rock of the family you are creating. So I think this is really important for you to understand that yes, you can do it, that yes, you are capable, you are really strong, as well as with group 1. But this is more about, there is strength in your vulnerability. There is strength in your beautiful empathy. You don't have to give up being feminine in order to become masculine, okay? You just need to reconcile these two. It's almost like you're marrying together, right? You're reconciling the nurturing mother with the caring father, right? Maybe it will help if you can keep 2 images of one divine masculine and one divine feminine. Maybe, let's say, for example, Mother Mary and Saint George. Okay, 2 images, but this is just from my Christian background. If you come from a different culture, let's say Indian culture, maybe you need to have Shiva and Parvati, right? So you need to have 2 deities, male and female, that you keep side by side. And you remember that the path forward, your spiritual development in this lifetime is balancing these 2 lovely images within yourself. So not trying to correct and control other people and demand from other people that they are the caring father or that they are the empathetic mother. You need to do this in yourself first. It's kind of even hard to say it because I feel the block that you guys could experience in trying to bring it all back within yourself. Some of you need to cry it out and let go of that past pain, because I do feel with the 10 of Wands, this is the indication. Let go of the past pain so you can cleanse your energetic body and bring into yourself this image, this understanding, this deep knowledge and feeling of, this is what it means to be a caring leader. And if I am a caring leader, that doesn't mean that I can't be also a caring maternal figure as well. Okay, so Goddess Ixchel is helping you in this process. Make sure to pray to her or summon her if you're feeling like you're kind of stuck in your spiritual path. So that was the reading that I had for you, group 2. really set this energy moving, because I did feel a couple of starts and stops with you guys. But maybe light up some candles or do some root chakra muladhara meditations that will really help you clear your energy and set you forth on your spiritual path. Thank you so much for listening, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye. Hey group 3, welcome to your reading. This is for those of you that have chosen this silver star candle. So guys, before I actually get into your pre-shuffled cards here, I do want to make two small announcements. We've made it 13k subscribers and I'm so excited. You guys, you've made me so happy. Thank you so much for the support you are showing this channel. It has grown beyond my wildest dreams, and I'm super happy and I'm super grateful for the fact that you're a part of my family, especially since it's been quite a difficult couple of months for me, energetically speaking. So seeing my channel grow during this period that for me was personally very difficult, really just, you know, you guys, you made it. You made my 2020, to be honest, okay? So thank you so much. The other announcement I want to make is that Visio, or Visio, however you want to call it, is offering you guys a coupon. Use the code HOLLOWS13 if you want to book a reading with me, a personalized short clip from the Visio link that I put down below in the description box, and you can get 13% off. Okay, so only up until Halloween. Okay, so make use of this offer. Okay, so now let's put the announcements to the side. Let me show you what cards you got, okay? And hey, Luna has woken up as well, so there you go. My cat is helping you in this energetic path. It just felt very strange how I wanted to say that. Anyway, let's look at the cards. So, Two of Fire. Keep in mind, Mercury is retrograde, okay? So if this reading doesn't make sense the first time you hear it, watch it again just to make sure. We have here King of Air. Okay, then we have the Seven of Wands. And then we have the Hanged Man. And I also pulled two oracle cards for you. So let's find out deeper what are the characteristics of your spiritual life path. So we have here Hades or Hades, Lord of Riches. And the keywords here, whoa, whoa. It's like, okay, some really difficult blockages in terms of how you are able to speak up. I'll explore this in a second, but first we have equanimity, wisdom, and inevitability. Some of you could be very guarded in terms of how you pronounce the words that you're saying. You want to be very correct, because I feel that potentially a parent was a little bit of a Nazi grammar when you grew up. So maybe you had a mother that was correcting your every word. So some of you are very, you know, reflective. You like to think a lot before you speak. And some of you would not even dare cut connections or say something rude or mean, because it's kind of like you're reliving a very intensely shameful moment from your childhood if you were to do so. But this might act against you sometimes. So sometimes you do need to be a bit tougher in your conversations with people, or you do need to just at least speak your truth if you don't want to be tough, but at least tell people, you know, these are my boundaries. I'm not going to do that for you. I feel like, yeah, the word no is very difficult in your circumstances. The final card that we have for you is, okay, I really hope I can pronounce this correctly, is Ainu. So this is an Irish goddess, and her theme is inner strength. Yep. What was I saying? No. Saying no. Hades is also one of the gods in Greek mythology that, you know, was in the habit of kind of stealing people. He famously kidnapped Persephone and dragged her into the underworld to live with him for 6 months of the year. So there is something here about finding the strength to resist domination. This, I think, is one of the core themes of your spiritual development. So, my God, I don't know what's happening, you guys, but you really need to cleanse with some sage or drink some water, which is ridiculous because I just stopped for a break in between group 1 and your group to drink a lot of water. And I also ate a fruit. Interesting, right? So again, it's the Hades thing. And he is also holding an apple. Okay, be careful about the foods you accept from some people. Be careful about accepting drinks at parties from individuals that you don't know so well. Be careful about eating with people that you don't feel very comfortable around them. Because if you're having some red flags about certain individuals in your environment, but you accept to eat with them or to eat their food or to drink the drinks that they prepare for you, two things can happen. First of all, energetically, you are taking on that person's evil intent into you. And secondly, that person could spike your drink or they could poison your food. So you have to be very careful that you only eat and drink things that either you have prepared or that you can share with people that you trust. Very important for your group. I don't know why, but my throat chakra clenched 2 times in your reading, which is a very strong indication about the fact that not only do you need to practice saying no in your environment, but you also need to be very careful about the things you ingest, okay? Because sometimes you need to kind of block the things you ingest because they could be poisonous, okay? Or they could be, you know, all sorts of substances that will change your state of mind, and then they will make you vulnerable to toxicity around you. So be very mindful, my lovely group 3, okay? Part of your spiritual development is growing this backbone, right? Is finding this fantastic strength. You can be a fairy, but you can also be tough, okay? You can be sweet, but you can also like put people to right. So I feel that some of you are quite hesitant in your development. So there were moments when potentially things did not work out or plans were stalled because you really needed to take a step back from socializing and being the center of attention. I get the feeling that you guys are very beautiful and very popular. So that's why you attract a lot of people in your environment, but not all of these people are good for you. There are a lot of energetic vampires, there are a lot of psychopaths, and a lot of people that just want to use you for their own selfish sexual satisfaction. SSS, okay? So keep in mind that periods when not much is happening are actually good for your spiritual development. You are meant to retreat from extreme socializing. You are meant to be more quiet. You are meant to be more reflective. I am getting a very strong High Priestess energy. With the Two of Fire here, I get the feeling as well that you would do well to get a pet. And when you will get that pet is going to be quintessential in the development of your spiritual path. Taking care of a pet, whether a cat, a dog, a fish, a hamster, it doesn't matter what kind, maybe even a snake, okay? Whatever floats your boat. But taking care of an animal is going to help you not only connect more deeply with your own instincts and with your own capacity to see through other people's bullshit, because as I said, you really need to get in touch with that part of yourself, with your intuition, with your gut instinct, that part that tells you, don't accept drinks from this person, okay? I mean, they might smile and you might want to please them, but no. It's really, really important that you practice no, and that you get in touch with your intuition, that you follow your gut. And getting a pet and raising that pet is going to help you in this process. So we have the King of Air here. I feel that you guys are quite analytical. You like to reflect on relationships. You like to think of potential outcomes. I feel that a lot of your friends might come to you for advice, but the advice that you are giving them from time to time is good, but it's mostly mental. So it's a lot about, what do you think? Okay, maybe we can do it this way. Or I think that this person has done this because of this and that. It's not about, yeah, but how do you feel about this person? Did that person give you a weird mood? Was there something weird that you picked up on their energy? So again, I feel like with your group, this is a type of advice I've been giving over and over on my channel for a while now, but it's about marrying your mind to your intuition, right? Connecting the two. the best way in which we can live our lives is when we are following our gut, but we're also applying our mind to whatever it is that is happening, whether this is about making money or taking care of growing a relationship or, working on our life goals. So you would do well to just tap into a bit more that your gut instinct, your intuition, and marry that with your very, very well-developed intellect. Because a lot of you are not only very attractive and popular, but you're also quite intelligent. And I think that's why you're popular, because, you have the best of both worlds. You're analytical, but you're also pretty and cute, like you've got that Vionici. Venaka. I wanted to speak in 2 different languages at the same time and it didn't work out. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You have that je ne sais quoi. You have that come towards me, baby, And while this is really wonderful, because it does make you quite a really like a bright light in the environment, this also attracts a lot of negative individuals that want to dominate you, that want to hold control over you and overpower you. And a lot of them are doing this not only by literally trying to kind of coerce you into saying yes to them when you want to say no. So keep that in mind again. But it's also like a lot of them might control you through very deceitful tactics, like they might ghost you or they might pull away from you. Maybe your parents might, because I feel that this could happen with your parents as well, not only with romantic partners, okay? So be very mindful. I feel that maybe your parents might say, yeah, sure, do whatever you want, but then you feel that there will be consequences if you genuinely act on your own mind and on your own perception of reality. So you need to not allow people to mess with you, basically, and it's really important to follow your gut in this situation. This is part of your spiritual development. Moments where things might not be happening because you need to do some inner work and figure out, how do I exercise inner strength in this situation? What do I need to do? I remember that Lexi had this reading, right? And she told me I need to grow a backbone. What does it mean to grow a backbone or to exercise this inner strength in that particular situation? And I don't mean to sound insulting when I say grow a backbone, right? It's just one way of trying to get you to have a metaphor in your mind that can help you solve the issue once you meet it. And images, certain types of images are the most effective. So maybe, for lack of a better metaphor, try to imagine a steel monument. If you don't want to think of a backbone, try to imagine a steel monument, or try to imagine a rock in the middle of a sea storm. This is the kind of inner strength that you need to project. It's like, you can be polite and sweet and charming, remain popular, but that doesn't mean that you need to compromise on, your physical security and on your values, and you don't need to like hang out with toxic individuals just to prove to the world that you're popular. You are popular, you will always be popular, and you will always be sweet and nice and intelligent. It's just, don't spread your light towards people that just like to eat it up, right? So I feel that this is the resounding message for you guys. So your spiritual life path has to do with reconciling your mind with your intuition. It has to do a lot with taking care of a pet and thereby learning how to get more in touch with your instincts. You will have periods when you might be, left hanging around. Maybe people won't give you that much attention, but those periods are just helping you cultivate this inner strength. Goddess Ainu is here to protect you, so make sure you summon her and you get in touch with her, okay? If I'm not mistaken, I think that she's the goddess of spring as well. That's why the bunny rabbit and the butterfly wings and the fairies. But make sure that, I feel that some of you could be attracted to quite dominant individuals, but make sure that you don't end up in abusive relationships where you end up giving so much of yourself that you feel drained, that you don't want to participate in other areas of your life, where all you do is serve another individual that could be narcissistic and dominant and mean, and you just end up making excuses for them, and you continue to live in a relationship with them because you feel that without them you won't find anyone else. That is an illusion, my dear. You are this bright light. You are popular, you are sweet, you are intelligent. It's just that I know a lot of you might comment down below, well, I never had a boyfriend. Well, I don't know what's happening with me because I'm not like that. You haven't been exercising your qualities. You need to be more expressive about who it is you really are. Get more into who you are, not what other people want you to be. Because you are this wonderful person. You are quite popular. You just need to exercise that capacity. Go out into the world, talk to people, start taking on new things, you know? So be very mindful of individuals that want to dominate you, but also keep in mind that part of the spiritual life path is the fact that individuals that harm us or that appear in our life to create conflict can also be a blessing in disguise, right? So they are meant to fine-tune ourselves. They are meant to help us stand up for ourselves. They are meant to help us understand that we have the ability to recognize red flags when these appear. And they're meant to help us get more in tune with our gut. So they can be a blessing to you, as paradoxical as this might sound. But even dominant individuals teach you something that your soul is eager to learn. It's just that our ego is not very happy most of the time due to the dynamics in that connection, okay? So that was the message that I had for you, group 3. I really hope this helped. I thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Hey, group 4, welcome to your reading. This is for those of you that were drawn to the orange candle. This is going to be a reading on the details of your spiritual life path. But before I get into this message, I do want to make 2 small announcements. So first of all, we've made it to 13K subscribers, fam. I'm so happy, and I'm so grateful for your support. It's been a period that was very difficult for me energetically. If you've been following my community posts, or if you're following me on Instagram, you know already of this switch, but it doesn't matter. You know, I kind of pushed on through because I love to transmute energy and to transform negative experiences into positive ones, okay? My moon in Saggi would not let me do it any other way. And I'm so happy that you've been on this journey with me. I'm so excited to see how we will grow in the future as well. And I just want to give back something to you guys. So this is a giveaway video. The comments that you leave down below are going to be kind of energetically raffled, if you want to call it like that. So basically, I will not look at the comments until 2 days after this video is posted, and then I will pick the comment that I am most energetically drawn to, and that person is going to receive a free reading from me, okay? So make sure to comment down below under the description box of this video for a chance to enter in this free tarot giveaway. In addition to this, I do want to let you guys know that Wizio is offering you guys a coupon. You can get 13% off readings with me up until the 31st of October, so for Halloween, if you use the code HOLLOWS13, okay? So make sure to take advantage of this great reduction, and yeah, you can get a short personalized reading with me, because at the moment I'm not doing the lengthier ones because I'm trying to kind of work a bit more on my energy and provide you guys with free YouTube videos as well. So that being said, let's move into your cards. So let's see, we have here the Ace of Cups. Wow, really powerful start. For a second I was like, this looks a bit sad because it's very dark, stormy, but yeah, I'm getting that song, you know, like, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. So that's the kind of energy I'm getting with you guys. Oh my God, you got an Ace of Wands as well. Wow, woof. It's like you carry the energy of an energetic reset. Wow, and then we have the 10 of Cups. And yeah, I'm getting here, this is the symbol of the goddesses, right? So Artemis, Diana, and Hecate. You have a very strong lineage of protective goddesses. You got the Ace of Air as well, Ace of Swords. Wow, group 4, you lucky fellows. So the ones that I've chosen this pile are really special people. I mean, all of you guys in my crew are special, but I think that in your case, there is something here of a lineage that goes back all the way to the Oracle of Delphi. You could be Pluto and Sagittarius as well. That's kind of what I'm hearing. And your Oracle cards are Psyche, persistence. And then we also have Hathor, mistress of harmony. And her keywords are mediation, communication, and culture. So maybe some of you are part of your spiritual development in this lifetime is figuring out what your innate gift is and giving this back to mankind. Some of you could be talented singers, talented writers. You could be very good at playing an instrument. You could be great at dancing, great at acting, you know, being a performer. This could be both theater, but also on film. But you need to find this courage and strength within yourself to show the world, this is me, you know, I am a performer. And you need to kind of find ways to, I hate the way that sounds, but sell yourself, you know, market yourself, popularize your name, because, you know, we are in capitalism. So this is the way in which things kind of work. You first need to find out this thing within yourself and then share it with everyone else so that you can start earning some money with your talents as you are gifting the world with your lovely artistic endeavor. That's kind of what I'm getting. It's kind of like an artistic push forward. A lot of you maybe come from past lives in which you struggled with being an individual. Maybe you were a slave, or maybe you were part of a commune. In the past, it was very normal for people to be part of a collective rather than to see themselves as individual beings. So in this lifetime, you are meant to create yourself. I mean, that's your spiritual development. Wow, this is really, really clear. You are meant to reset the way in which you think with the Ace of Swords, the way in which you create and the sexual energy that you carry in your body, the way in which you act as well, and the way in which you feel. So you are meant to pull up things from your unconscious, make them conscious, and then share them with the world. Imagine a painter that needs to first understand why he or she is very attracted to the color red. And maybe they'll start writing up a piece regarding, I'm so attracted to the color red because it symbolizes my deep connection to my mother and how I felt in the environment of the womb. And then all of a sudden they start creating a work of art, a sculpture or a painting or a mural that gives people the same feeling that they had, this feeling of being protected in the womb of your mother, floating in the ether or in the amniotic acid, right? Acid? Liquid. Mercury retro. What are you doing to me? God. Anyway, you get the point, guys. So getting, like, feeling a feeling within you, then taking the feeling, right? Ace of Cups. Then taking steps to do something about it, and then communicating and kind of sharing things vocally with other people, like maybe having tweets, you know, tweeting about your work of art, or sharing this on social media, or having people contact you to take part in ceremonies. You know, I feel that it's so phenomenal, the energy that you have. I'm a little bit thrown back by your energy because it's so positive. It's such an energetic reset from the previous piles. Not to say that they were bad, but there were a lot of obstacles and blocks. Like, for example, when I was shuffling these cards, I had to take like 25 minutes, roughly 25 minutes to shuffle each of them, because the cards would just blurt out, you know, until I just got each card, each deck of cards to give me one card only. So that's just an example to show you how blocked energy can work against you in this lifetime, but you are meant to constantly start something new. Start from scratch. If you've been defeated one day regarding the way you are feeling about your art, it doesn't matter. Start again the next day. Each new sunrise is a new beginning, okay? So don't be pulled back by the energy of other people around you. Don't tell other people how, don't let others tell you how to live your life. But I feel like also don't tell other people how to live their life as well. That's a specific message for some of you, okay? Maybe you're trying to control other people's lives because it's easier to look at others and to see where their issues are, than to turn back into yourself and to figure out, well, I need to be braver in expressing myself with the world and sharing my gifts and my talents with other people. It's a bit of a tough love advice, okay, but I mean it with all the compassion that I'm capable of. It's not to throw you guys under the bus, but it just blurted out of me. So I think that spirit wants me to let you know that in order for you to stop fretting about things being wacky in your environment and you feeling the need to control them, you are much better off if you pull this energy within yourself and you start creating something new. So maybe even in this period of quarantine and the epidemic kind of spreading, go within, spend some time alone, and allow the voice of your unconsciousness, allow your dreams, allow synchronicity, symbols, angels, whatever it is that you connect with, to float to you, and then take that and create something with it. Whether it is maybe writing a short story, maybe writing an article and starting your own blog, or maybe starting your own YouTube channel. I feel that a lot of you are going to find so much emotional happiness and fulfillment in working at your passion slow and steady every day until it becomes a complete work of art, and then sharing this with the world and enjoying your baby. Basically, it's kind of like creating a baby. Connect with the goddesses of nature, connect with that really primeval feminine energy. As I said at the beginning, you guys come from a very strong lineage of witches, potentially, you know, people that were repressed in their capacity to express what it is that they love to do. And maybe women that were punished for helping other women give birth or create things, right? So there is a very strong indication here that you need to express this part of yourself in this lifetime. And as you're doing this, you're healing the ancestral heritage that you bring with you from previous past lifetimes. So say, for example, if in the 16th century your ancestor was a witch that got burned on the stake because she wanted to sing and dance with abandon in the forest, but people in her community thought that was insane, and then they burned her on the stake, right? You are meant to sing and dance with abandon in your current reality, because nowadays I don't think that there are cultures that still burn you for doing that, you know. So you are meant to live the things that your ancestors in the past could not be able to, or they were not allowed to live them. And I could feel like I'm already, maybe you can feel it in my energy as well, I could feel the heaviness, I could feel the restriction, the limitation, the why can't we just be allowed to be ourselves? Some of you as well need to explore relationships with other women or with a member of the same sex. So I know I'm reading for a vast collective of women. It was 11/11 when I said that. But if you're a woman watching this, explore a lesbian relationship. If you're a man watching this, explore a homosexual relationship. See how it is. You know, be open-minded about this, because I feel that some of your ancestors as well in the past were not allowed to explore this side of themselves, to fully be themselves. Maybe they were trapped in conventional relationships where they had to, you know, have intercourse with members of the opposite sex when they didn't want that, they didn't like that, you know. Now, I'm not saying in the present moment, you know, get into the whole LGBT community just because you're trying to cleanse something from your ancestral past. No, this is more about, if you already feel this within yourself, it is time to come out of the proverbial closet and express yourself with the world. And even though the world continues to be quite close-minded in terms of same-sex relationships, we are progressing towards a society that is more open-minded and more inclusive. So you get to have more freedom than your ancestor had in the past to truly be yourself. Okay, so this applies for a specific few of you that have this kind of, you know, inclination, or you feel that you want to be with members of the same sex. I wouldn't want to put it down and just call it an inclination, because for some people it's a lifestyle, but you have to take bold steps forward into transforming that into a lifestyle, right? Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense, okay? So with Hathor here, this is about creating a lot of stability in your life. Some of you have had very chaotic childhoods or very chaotic past lives, or even your 20s, you had to struggle a lot, maybe financially, maybe you had to move from house to house, you know, roommate to roommate, you had to exchange a lot of things. but you are meant to ground yourself someplace and create abundance. Hathor is, to me, the quintessence of it's kind of the equivalent of the Empress card in the Rider-Waite Tarot. She is a lot about, you know, creating a home that smells good, has a lot of food and a lot of artistic objects where people come to relax and, you know, exchange good conversations and have really lavish meals. She is a lot about fertility and the sense of abundance. I tried to rush there, see? It's a little bit like Lakshmi, the energy of the Hindu goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of the arts and pleasure and love and all sorts of the finer things in life, right? So Hathor is kind of asking you to commit to being yourself, commit to allowing this light of yourself shine out into the world and thereby bless anyone who's touched by your light. I feel like this was the message that I had for you. So you might encounter some obstacles in the path towards being yourself, but you're meant to start over again and again and again. And don't allow yourself be put down by other people. Express yourself. You are definitely an artistic soul. Find that thing that you're really good at and practice it until you become a master at it, okay? This is all about persistence and building stability as you remain persistent. Okay, my loves? Thank you so much for listening. I really hope this helped and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye. Hey group 5. Hello guys. Welcome to your reading. This is for those of you that were attracted to this purple candle. It gives me great joy to bring this reading for you guys. But before I dive into the details of your spiritual path, I pre-shuffle the cards here for you. I do want to make 2 announcements. First of all, thank you so much for helping me reach 13,000 subscribers. Our family grew so much and I'm super happy. I'm incredibly grateful. I'm trying to hold this space of joy, light, and optimism for you guys here. And I'm really happy that you keep adding to my family. You know, we're growing every day and I'm excited to see where we are going to grow next into, okay? But I want to give something back to you as well. So this is a giveaway reading, which means that if you comment down below, I won't look at the comments for 2 days. I'll do my best not to do that. And then when I'll tune back again, I will energetically pick the comment that I'm most drawn to, and that person will receive a free reading from me. So please comment down below so that you don't miss out on a chance of receiving a free reading from me. Okay, guys? Also, I do want to say the second announcement is related to my Visio or Visio profile. I like to say Visio because I come from Eastern Europe. Cliche. Anyway, my Visio profile. So you actually get a discounted coupon from now until Halloween, 31st of October. So make sure that you use the code HALLOWS13 in order to get a discount on whichever reading you want to book with me. Okay, guys, I don't want you to miss out on this great new opportunity. So all these great news put to the side, I am going to show you the cards that I pre-shuffled for you. So your tarot cards are, we have here the Queen of Air. She's holding this beautiful white owl. Okay, the next card is, oh, Wisdom. This is the Hermit usually. Is it the Hermit or Justice? To me, it speaks of the Hermit, so I'm just going to interpret it like this. Then we have the Four of Wands. And the King of Pentacles. Oof. Yeah, okay. I'm getting some things from you, but I'll let you know in a second. I want to show you the oracle cards as well. So we have Rhiannon, and Rhiannon is the Irish goddess of enchantment. Irish or Welsh? What is happening? I mean, in your reading, you know, in other readings I didn't doubt so much as I doubt in your reading, which kind of lets me know that potentially you could be quite a person that doubts things. And then we have King Arthur. And, well, he's the champion of Avalon, and his keywords are companionship, nobility, and self-realization. Oh, I see what this is about. So you guys, sometimes I need to see the final card and then it all makes sense. potentially this is a message for you as well. So I feel like you guys doubt yourselves a lot. You are quite lacking in self-confidence. And I don't think that this is necessarily because there is something wrong with you, but potentially you grew up in an environment where your innate qualities were not recognized, and people would tend to focus on what you needed to improve about yourself rather than what you were already doing really well. So you need to find these things out for yourself. You need to do a lot of introspective work, which basically means pen and paper in hand or a notepad opened on your phone or on your laptop, and you jot down all of the little compliments, all of the really beautiful things that people tell you episodically throughout your life. Because I think that people come up to you and they tell you, wow, you've got such pretty hair, or you've got such a great smile, or you're very good at this particular skill. You know, you're very good at baking bread. You're very good at solving puzzles very quickly. You're very good at maths, you know. So it could be anything, but people come and tell you these small compliments, and I feel that sometimes you might not pay attention, or you might not believe them, or you might just push it back like, no, what do you want from me? No. So it's kind of like you got into a pattern where it makes more sense to you when people criticize you than when they actually compliment you. And it was 4:44 when I said that. So it's really important that you start believing in the everyday magic of creating yourself. And I just felt such a sweet energy when I said that. And I looked at Rhiannon, right? So she's here on this beautiful white horse with beautiful white hair and what looks like a solar clip on her hair, right? So surround yourself in white light, protective white light. Do a lot of white light meditations. Listen to white light meditation music if you find it difficult to focus on meditation itself. I feel like you're going to spend a lot of time studying, whether it is in order to gain a qualification. So maybe you are the pile that will end up pursuing postgraduate studies all the way up to a PhD and beyond, you know, future work training. And I feel like all of the study is meant to help you on your spiritual path. Your spiritual path is in connection to you developing self-confidence through study primarily, through attracting more white light, more positivity into your life, because I'm getting the sense that some of you grew up with a lot of lack in your environment or losses in your childhood, which kind of made you be on guard. The Queen of Swords is one of the queens that has been through a lot. This is why she's so trenchant. This is why she needs to kind of set clear boundaries. She takes no bullshit. She cannot suffer fools, because in the past people have disappointed her. They have thought that she's a fool or that she's not worthy of love or respect. So now she needs to kind of claim this respect from other people through how she behaves with them. And she's usually quite ruthless, yeah? So I feel that this is the kind of energy that, or if she's not ruthless, at least she's very calculated. Like she's very, she doesn't take things at face value, you know? Like people come and smile at her and she thinks, oh, pretty smile, but what hides beneath that smile, right? So I feel like there is a feeling of mistrust that is happening in your personal relationships, because as I said, even if people come to compliment you, and this is part of the everyday magic, you know, these are your spirit guides speaking through people in your environment, and every time your spirit guides feels like, okay, we need to boost her or his self-esteem, send the person with a compliment towards them right now. I feel like you're just chow, you know, like you're using some sort of energetic karate and you're getting into this Queen of Swords energy, and I feel like you're like, no, no magic, no enchantment, thank you very much, I can take care of myself, and I have a very clear idea of who I am, and I am not this magical person that everybody keeps saying that I am. But you are. Okay, believe me or not, I'm part of the group of people or spirit guides that are here to let you know that you are magical, okay? You need to, you know, drive this point home as quickly as possible, because you are meant to actually create a lot of wealth in this lifetime. So as you study, as you work on yourself, your spiritual path is leading you towards the acquisition of material goods. And I feel that With the Four of Wands here, this is a very clear indication that you need to understand that money is an energy. What you give comes back to you. So the more generous you are, the more money you will actually receive. It might sound strange, especially during times of hardship, to be generous with other people, because our reaction is to hoard everything because we're afraid, oh my God, what if I don't have money? What if I don't have goods? But the interesting thing is that as soon as you make a donation or you help other people or you give some money to your friends without the expectation that you'll see that money back or that you'll see, some sort of acknowledgement for your donation, something else happens in your life. Like you get extra orders, or you get a bonus, or somebody sends you some tax repayment money, out of the blue, or maybe somebody gives you a gift. Your parents give you something really delicious to eat, There's just this feeling that there is this energy of prosperity is constantly replenishing itself in a loop. So you would do well not to break that loop by mistrusting, okay? So make sure to keep that free-flowing money energy unblocked, because you are meant to amass a lot of wealth in this lifetime, and to understand that money is a form of energy that speaks about the generosity of our hearts. The more spiritual and the more generous you are, the more material things you will get. It's really paradoxical, I know, but this is what happens. Like, think about, for example, great spiritual leaders like Gandhi, right? He wasn't necessarily materially wealthy, or if he had a lot of wealth, he would renounce it. But there were so many people constantly being drawn to the light, to the spiritual brightness that Gandhi exuded. There were people that were willing to feed him, clothe him, sleep next to him, and defend him, right? Protect him, fight for him, because his spiritual light was inspiring other people, was attracting other people. This is exactly the kind of energy, right, that I see here. So you are meant to attract a lot of things towards you by being this bright, beautiful white light. I feel some of you are light workers as well. So the older you get, the more wisdom you will acquire. But the more you worry about money and material things, the more you will push them away. All you need to do is continue to be very generous, continue to be optimistic and positive, and work at letting go of mistrust. Work at speaking better about yourself. Work at accepting compliments. I mean, you actually drew the candle that, or were drawn to the candle that is purple, right? So this is the color of the higher chakras, right? This is a lot about spirituality. If you look at spiritual leaders, at priests, for example, some of them would be wearing purple as the highest and most noble spiritual color. So yeah, keep in mind that some of you might really enjoy wearing purple, or you might look very good in purple if you have not been wearing it so far. So this is another recommendation, yeah? You'll just attract more people through this small little gimmick of wearing more purple, or maybe wearing makeup that is more purple intent, Purple makeup looks very good on brown hair, brown hazelnut eyes, just as an indication. Okay, so we also have here Arthur. Let's speak a little bit about this card, because it is about companionship, okay? That's the first keyword that we have here, and nobility. So I have the feeling that the older you get, the more wiser you become, the more you understand how the law of abundance and prosperity works, and the more you are happier with allowing people into your aura, allowing people to compliment you, allowing people to take care of you, to bless you, you will increase not only in light and in your auric field, but you will increase in material possessions and spiritual knowledge. And you will attract a partner that will want to marry you. And I feel that this will be a very wealthy partner as well. You are meant to be with a very wealthy person. So if you haven't met a partner yet, or if you're crossing the age of 30 and there's still nobody that you want and nobody that you love, do not despair. You are meant to meet your partner later on in life. This is the spiritual pathway that I see for you. This is a very strong moon conjunct Saturn kind of energy I'm getting here, guys. So usually after the age of 35, you meet the partner that you are meant to be with, because up until the age of 35, you have to study. You have to work a lot on your spiritual sense of self, on connecting to your soul, on becoming more empathetic, on learning some pretty harsh and painful lessons. But if you extract wisdom from that pain, and if you turn negativity into something positive, then that's when you will genuinely manifest true, unconditional love. Okay, so it's kind of like you first need to connect with the love that spirit has for you, and then you will manifest a partner in your environment. And it will take a while, but oof, it's going to be so worth it, because this person will not only be materially wealthy, but as I said previously, they will be spiritually wealthy as well. Yeah, so if you understand the spiritual material wealth connection, right? Being spiritual doesn't mean that you need to be poor. Yeah. And some of the wealthiest people that are out there are actually quite spiritually developed. Not all of them, obviously, some of them are corrupt, but some of them are incredibly, they work on themselves, right? That's the key word that I'm trying to convey. So you work on yourself as well through yoga, through meditation, through eating well, through adopting this mindset that whatever I share with others will always come back to me. I don't need to worry. Yeah. So worry-free money exchanges. And working on yourself, developing yourself, spending time by yourself when other people might be out having fun and being, very reckless. Don't worry. I mean, the spiritual gold that you are amassing as you're being kind of secluded away from society in these periods of study is going to pay off later on. You'll see. And I feel that the work you will do later on, so you'll have very beautiful, like, second part of your life is going to be really, really beautiful. You will have many more experiences. You'll be able to be with a partner that will help you in terms of, companionship and wealth increase. But you'll be also able to, like, share your gifts together with your partner. I feel like you work in the service of society, yeah, I feel like it's a dynamic, you're a power couple. You guys will be together, a power couple, but kind of like spiritually nourishing as well, So, like, supporting a lot of charities and donations, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, so this is the message that I had for you. I don't know why, but I feel very called to end it there on this note. I feel some parts need to remain a little bit up in the air because this is still a story in progress for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this message. Thank you so much for listening, and hope to see you in my next one. Bye. Hey group 6, how are you guys? I hope you're doing well. That was a bit weird. How are you guys? This is for those of you that were drawn to the tea light. I really hope you're in a good mood. I don't know why, but when I was shuffling the cards for you, everything just came up really straight. I feel like your energy is very light. It's very fun. I feel like you could potentially be a very optimistic bunch of people, or you were not touched by life's most serious things as much as the other groups have. So I'm really looking forward to diving into the messages from your cards here. But before I do so, I do want to say two things. First of all, thank you so much for helping me reach 13K subscribers on this lovely channel. Never in my dreams would I have imagined that we are going to grow so much. This has been a fantastic experience for me, especially if you've been following me on Instagram or if you've been keeping up to date with my community posts. I've been undergoing some pretty difficult things in my personal life, but this year, this channel, Reading Tarot for you guys, has been what kept me going and what inspired me and what got me out of the bed each and every single day. And yeah, I just love you guys so much. Thank you so much. I want to give something back to you, not only through these free readings that I put on YouTube, but I also want to give one free general reading to one of my lovely crew members. So make sure to comment down below, beneath the description box. Place a positive, affirming, interesting comment down below, and I'll make sure to tune back in 2 days from now and pick up the comment that I'm most drawn to. That person will get a free reading with me, okay? So comment down below to ensure that you enter this giveaway competition. The other announcement I wanted to make is that you guys know I partnered up with Vizio. I cannot speak. Mercury in retro is like bleh. So I have very short personalized videos that I am giving up. The other announcement I wanted to make is that Vizio, so that platform on which I am able to deliver short personalized answers to all of your tarot and astrological questions, is actually promoting a coupon during this period. So make sure to use the code HALLOWS13 to get a reading that is much cheaper with me. So you get 13% off your next reading from now until Halloween, okay? So I don't want you guys to miss out on that. Make sure you keep that in mind. And now I will get into your reading. So let's see what cards you got. We are starting off fantastically well. Two of Water. Wow, talk about well. We have the Hero. This is the equivalent of the Knight of Wands, but it's an upgraded version of the Knight of Wands. Then we have here, oh my God, the Ace of Cups. Talk about good energy. So already my intuition was picking up on some really beautiful vibrations from you guys. And then we have here, oh, Five of Pentacles. A man walking over skulls. Let me show you the oracle cards I pulled for you guys as well. So we have here Bast, pleasure, interesting. And then we have here, oh, the Thinker, the father of knowledge. And the keywords are knowledge, instruction, reinvention. Okay, so part of your spiritual path in this lifetime is meeting somebody quite young, falling in love with them, thinking that they are your soulmate, and then giving them up. It will require a tremendous exertion of courage on your part. So we have here the Two of Water. I feel that this could also be related to being very close to a family member, a parent, and having to relinquish that relationship further on down your life. So we have here the Two of Water, the Hero, and then the Ace of Cups. I feel like you need to let go of certain codependencies regarding the people that you love in your life. And the only way that the universe knows how to help you understand that codependency can stifle your spiritual growth is by having you letting go of somebody you love. This could be, okay, it's a spectrum here that I'm seeing, okay? So please don't despair. This is not really terrible. It's just a little bit uncomfortable, and it could be a little bit painful as well. So it's about not seeing them so often, not talking to them so often, not touching them so often. So it could be about having a long distance marriage, for example, so you only get to see your partner for certain parts of the year, having to relocate for work away from your family of origin, and again, only being able to reconnect and go back home for maybe Christmas, you know. There is a sense here that you will have a lot of beautiful love connections. You're born into these kind of experiences, but you need to let them go because you are meant to fill your own cup by yourself, and you are going to have to learn how to do so on your own. So you're moving from the Two of Cups to the Ace of Cups, which is a little bit of a downgrade, right? But in your case, it's a spiritual growth process. And that's why we have the Hero here, because it will require courage on your part to say no to your partner. In some cases, this could mean a separation or a divorce from your first partner, or I feel for a lot of people, your first partner is going to be the person you're going to marry. For others of you, it's going to be having to say no to your mother or to your father, whoever you're closest to in your family, and having to go off on your own adventure someplace new. There is a sense of, you know, you needing to be a little bit of a pioneer in your profession, potentially, or the first person in your family that does so. Maybe you want to pursue higher education and you're the first person in your family that has this wish, you know, after a very long time. You are the first generation that is educated up to postgraduate level and beyond, right? So I also feel like for a lot of you, you might be the first person in your family that gets a divorce or a separation. So it's a lot of firsts for you in this lifetime, and these are all part of your spiritual development. And I feel you need to get into the habit of understanding that all of these things that are happening are actually happening for you to help you detach emotionally from other people's burdens and expectations and to stand into your own truth. You need to get happy with being an individual. You need to get happy with giving pleasure to yourself. In some cases, this could mean learning to self-pleasure yourself. In the absence of a partner, you need to start to give yourself orgasms. More on that in my next series. It's coming up, guys. I did not forget about that. But I do feel that, this is a lot about, developing your own connection to spirit, pleasing your body and working on your body, working on your life goals. I feel some of you could be creatives in some way. So you might want to create YouTube content, you might write books. Very similar energy to, I think it was group 5. Yeah, artistic energy. But in group 5 situation, it was more of a case of them actually performing for others and finding the strength to be who it is that they are, and to acknowledge their talent. In your case, this is more of just doing things rather than thinking about them. This is about doing things already. I feel like a lot of you procrastinate, or you spend too much time thinking about what your life could be, and a lot of you are stuck in very unfulfilling personal relationships. But it's not even that. It's when you are together with someone, you feel like you can't be yourself, like your sense of self gets lost, in certain cases it happens, people tend to emulate the characteristics of their partner if they don't have a very strong sense of self. And I feel like you might have been like this, especially in the first part of your life. And this is why you are meant to downgrade from the 2 of Cups to the Ace of Cups. And you're meant to be brave in making the choice to say, you know what, I'm going to separate myself from this connection, because as much as I love you and as much as I respect you, I do not know who I am in the absence of you. So you're going to have to negotiate this with the people in your life. That doesn't mean that you have to completely abandon them. You can keep in touch with them, but you will need to be a bit more self-centered and self-focused. Paradoxically, you might think that a spiritual development path is about giving to others and working in service to others. This is the case for some people. But for you, it's more about focusing first on yourself. And as you are focusing on yourself, as you are bravely making these choices to fill your own cup and allow it to overflow, even in the absence of the love and the mollycoddling of your partner or your family members, you are becoming an inspiring role model for other people around you that do not have the courage to do the same things that you are doing. So in this way, you are indirectly working in the service of others by pleasing yourself. I hope that makes sense. It's a bit of a weird maze kind of situation. But here we have the thinker, right? So I think that for you with Bust and the thinker here, maybe you were brought up in a space that is highly intellectual, or that required you to explain yourself and explain your choices, and you had to talk a lot about things before actually doing them. But you're meant to balance thinking with pleasure, so pleasing with thinking, self-pleasure with the careful way in which you negotiate your communications with your loved ones, okay? I do feel here, reinvention and instruction next to the 5 of Pentacles. I feel that if you won't be pursuing with courage this filling your cup kind of situation, I feel that you will feel a sense of loss. You will feel a sense of, who am I? Like, why am I here? What is happening to me? Why do I have everything but I don't feel happy? Well, it's mostly because the everything that you have has been imposed on you by the people in your environment. I feel like a lot of the times your partners would dictate what you should do and how you should speak, and up to the point where your partner was deciding your hobbies, and how you would spend your free time. But it's really important for you to take control of the situation. And if you can't, express to your partner, hey, I want to do things my own way from time to time. And if that doesn't reach if that doesn't reach a resolution, sorry, grammar is temporarily blocked. Mercury is retrograde, guys. Okay, so please be kind. I feel that if you can't reach a compromise with your partner, then you're better off on your own. That's the thing, you know, it's kind of like you will find inspiration, you will find, you know, you will travel on your own adventure, but you need to have the guts to say no to the people that you love. So yeah, it's not an easy spiritual development path, but I think it's one where once you become brave enough to take this on and to be this brave, okay, go-getter in your own personal development, I feel that you will start attracting a lot of luck. And I feel that you'll create a group of people that will be very loyal and devoted to you. Whether these are your students, let's say you want to become a professor, these could be your students. If you want to become a business manager, these will be your employees. If you want to have your own family, even in spite of having a partner, you know, there are so many ways in which you can have a family nowadays. There is artificial insemination, you know, adoptions, all sorts of things like that. You can do it on your own, definitely. You know, women they have so many choices nowadays, and especially if you live in the wealthiest countries in the world, you have options, right? So you can do that. You can do everything on your own. You have to start believing in yourself, and you have to stop thinking that if you were to be a little bit more selfish in your life and, you know, have to separate for periods of time from your families and your partner, you have to stop thinking that you will attract bad luck. You know, because I feel a lot of you might feel guilty for that, but there's nothing to feel guilty about. This is your spiritual path. You are meant to become this Ace of Cups, fill your own cup, and thereby inspire others through your role model. Be brave enough to take on challenges on your own. Be brave enough to love yourself, even in the absence of other people loving you. So this is what I see for you, okay? Be brave enough to give yourself pleasure in the things that you want on the spot, right there, rather than wait and think and procrastinate. And when I say pleasures, I don't really mean just eating something good or like dressing up in something wonderful. This is about taking chances in love as well and in romance, you know? So yeah, that was the message that I had for you. I really hope it helped. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. I'm sending you so much light. Bye.